Hi everyone, it's Janet Wakeland with RemarkablyCreated.com. In today's One Take Wonder video, we are going to take a look at the Build-A-Banner kit from Stampin' Up! And most specifically this spooky banner. There are lots and lots of possibilities for altering these banners and assembling them and embellishing them. And so today what I want to do is just focus on a few simple tips to get you started. And in upcoming videos I'll show you lots of alternative ideas for spritzing and using dazzling details and all kinds of other fun things. But let's focus on this banner today. So for this banner in particular, I chose to focus on Halloween because it was the theme of our blog hop, as well as the next big upcoming holiday to decorate for. And the little lines here that you see on the banner are one of the stencils that's included in the kit. The letters are part of the stencils. I went ahead and used daubers to add some nice big fat polka dots to the back, some dazzling details to add some silver. I used our Lots of Labels framelit set to die cut. There's a piece of vellum behind here just to add kind of a little shadowing ghostly effect. And then of course our spiderweb doilies. Oh my gosh, these are absolutely amazing and so much fun to work with. And then I also used our boo framelits, which has a little spider and a hat and owl and all kinds of other fun elements that you're going to see on that. And then some of our metallic silver cord and sequins, and then our same black ribbon that's in the string here. I just cut it in longer, thinner pieces. So there's your S. The P, we use our black glimmer paper and the hat from our boo framelits, and we just of course carried the theme and used the same dots and the same lines and the same silver behind it, kind of unifying it. For our O's, we cut the spider webs in half, kind of created eyelashes off to the side. That's kind of what happens to my fake eyelashes when I wear them. They fall off to the side, so I kind of related to these kind of silly eyelashes. You've got your googly eyes created with the white perfect accents and a black metallic marker. For the K and the Y, I paired the coordinating stamp set that goes with the boo framelits to stamp the skull and the crossbones before I die cut them. Added a tiny little piece of spider web, making him like a pirate king or something fun like that. Used black glimmer again to die cut the boo. Stamped the owl before I die cut him, and then we just added another spider web doily up behind him. I used our beautiful black satin stitched ribbon as the cording, and again that just kind of ties the spookiness all together, and the tassels and things like that. So let's take a look at the project kit and some of the things that we did to create that banner. The project kit comes in a nice box that is just filled with all kinds of stuff. It is an amazing value for what you get. It is in a Ziploc bag, and I am a hoarder of Ziploc bags, so Ziploc bags always make me happy, plus they're a great way to store some of the elements if you want. Some general instructions for you, a couple of pictures on the back with some tips for using the stencils. And then in the box you are going to find that there is cording for you to use, so you don't necessarily have to have your own ribbon, but there is cording for you to use. There is a full set of alphabet stencils, and these alphabet stencils also include numbers and punctuation marks. And then you've got a circle and you've got a square that's rounded. So you've got these great stencils to work with that are part of that. You have a spritzer that you can use re-inker and water in. You just kind of work with a recipe that works for you depending on how dark or how light you want it. Whenever you buy an ink pad from Stampin' Up, you do want to buy the refill, not just to re-ink your pad, but so that you can use it in things like our aqua painters and use it with our spritzers and use it to create washes on the backgrounds and things like that. So you've got a spritzer that comes with it. You have a plain piece of clear acetate. You can die cut this to create another shape if you want to create your own master stencil. We'll put our silicone gel packs off to the side. You have 18 panels. You have 18 hearts. You have 6 hearts. You have 6 with just a generic scallop end that I used on our spooky banner. And then you have 6 that have a nice, I guess maybe more of a formal scalloped edge to them. And then also in the box you have a larger stencil like this if you want to mat off and then leave a place open for your letter to kind of help protect. You have a nice thin striped stencil, and then you have some little polka dot stencils. So let's take a look at just a few of the things that I did on this one. And remember, again, there's just so many variations and possibilities. So you're going to want to check back to see the other banners I've made using different techniques. One of the basic things that you may want to have on hand is painter's tape. If you're worried about your stencil or the banner piece that you're working on slipping, then you're going to want to secure it down with painter's tape, which is easily removable. So let's just grab a couple of these here. And let's start with this fun piece, just to give you an idea of some of the pieces and elements that are in it. And I didn't open the whole pack and get all the way through to every single piece, but also in the pack of stencils, and let me get these out. Here is this piece that I used on the spooky banner. I love this piece here. It looks like a necklace and it fits down inside. And then there's another piece with some kind of scallop dots. Oh, this piece right here rather. And you can use that down inside as well. But wait till you see how I used it on the hearts to create a flower for a wedding banner that I just did. But you'll have to check back for that video. So let's grab the little dots for right now. And let's lay that down. And again, if you were worried about this slipping at all, let me pull these back up real quick. I think I was off the video screen. There's the one that I said I ended up using to create a flower. And then, of course, there's the one that I used on the spooky banner. So those are all also included in the kit. And then there's another piece of darker acetate also that you could use to die cut if you wanted to with our framelits and thinlits. So if you're worried about this slipping, again, a little piece of painter's tape across to hold down. One of the things that you may want to consider investing in are sponge daubers. I love working with these. First off, you can put your little finger in them, which is great. I grew up with those little corn things that you could put on your finger and pretend like they were witches' fingers. I know, TMI, right? But we're just going to rub right over with this little sponge dauber. It allows me to be very accurate. Get those dots just where I want them to be. So just like that. I added fun little dots. That would make for a fun Halloween banner as well too. And then for the dots that I did on the spooky banner, I simply used the dauber, and it gives you nice, perfect, big polka dots. Look how much fun that is. We can go off the edge just a little bit. So that's all you want to do is just randomly fill it in with your sponge dauber. That was another technique that I used. And then I die cut the lots of labels, and I did use the letter stencils for that. And when you're working with those, you can either daub or you can rub. If you're rubbing, you want to be really careful. Some of the edges, especially like on your K's and other letters with a point, like your V's and W's, it's easy to snag that and bend them up. And so you want to be careful if you're rubbing that you rub away from that point instead of picking it up. I do like the look of rubbing it. I find that I get a smoother look. It looks more like it's been painted, but sometimes you do want that sponged look, and then you would just daub it away. You can go over it a couple of different times to get the desired level of darkness of the color that you want, but then that nice and easy. As far as cleaning these, I simply just take them to the sink and rinse water over them. You can towel them dry, or I'm notorious for having more crafting supplies drying in the sink drainer than I am dishes. So you can also just let them drip dry until you're ready to work on the next project using that same piece again. So I look forward to sharing more banners with you coming up, and you can see a close-up of the spooky banner and all of the panels on my blog at remarkablycreated.com. You can also find links for shopping for any of the supplies that you saw here. Subscriptions to my newsletters. I recently sent my customers 20 free PDFs, so you'll want to make sure you're on my newsletter. And come follow me on my Facebook page. I do lots of fun, really, just started doing lots of fun mini 1- and 2-minute videos over there on my Facebook page. So thanks for watching and stopping by. God bless.